Novak Djokovic fans have been told not to worry as the world number one looks to bounce back in Indian Wells. Novak Djokovic's shock Australian Open loss hasn't raised any alarm bells as Tim Henman and Laura Robson still believe he is the favourite at any tournament he enters. The world number one lost to Jannik Sinner in the semi-final, ending his 6-year, 33-match unbeaten run in Melbourne. He is now set to return in Indian Wells next month. And Robson jokingly admitted she could see Djokovic playing until the age of 55 despite his recent setbacks. By his usual standards, Djokovic suffered a disappointing start to the year. The 24-time Grand Slam champion lost to Alex de Minaur at the United Cup and Sinner at the Australian Open, branding the latter one of the worst Grand Slam matches I've ever played. He will now try to bounce back at the Indian Wells Masters, where he hasn't played since 2019. While his loss to Sinner was uncharacteristic, he won just 3 games across the first 2 sets. British tennis icons Henman and Robson aren't worried about what it means for his future. "Look, I think when you set the bar that high, there's almost only one way to go," former world number 4 Henman told Express Sport. And so by his own admissions in the semis of the Australian Open, it's probably one of his worst matches in a Grand Slam for probably a decade. But when you've won that slam 10 times and you talk about playing 100 matches there, I guess it's human nature that you're going to play poorly at some stage. So I don't think there's any alarm bells for me. He's still the favorite in any tournament he enters right now. Robson was also surprised by Djokovic's level in the first 2 sets against Sinner, even though she expected the Italian to challenge the world number one. She said, "I wasn't surprised by the loss. I think I was more surprised at how he played that day against Sinner. Because everyone thought that there was a definite chance that Jannik was going to come through that, so it was amazing to see him live up to the expectation." For Novak, it was just those first 2 sets where he was so flat that you never really see that from him, or if he is flat that he's still able to turn the match around. And by the time it looked like he started going full on again in the match, it was too late.